But having a growth mindset is a can do, will do. I know how I'm going to try to do it, and I'm going to get out and I'm going to hustle. I'm going to go out and figure out how to do it. A growth mindset doesn't grow unless you nurture it. Hello, and welcome to Dollars and Data. Hey, this is going to be a great episode talking about the mental mindset of a business owner. And I'm going to use lots of examples to share my journey over the last 30 years in preparing myself for challenges from an early age until really today in becoming a CEO of a public company and having private companies and all kinds of different tasks, both personal and professional. These are very, very important issues or challenges that business owners face. And let's just say the mental mindset is going to determine your success. Every business, no matter how you look at it, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have wins and you're going to have losses. But it's how you get through those losses that's going to help you create the success that you have over time. My name's Coleman Smith, and I am here to help you. My journey started out as really building businesses to help other businesses or individuals use technology, tools, etc. And it's evolved over those 30 years. So the purpose of Dollars and Data is really my way of sharing 30 years of experience with business owners, regardless whether you're just starting out today or your enterprise corporation. Trust me, we all have mental mindsets that we have to put ourselves in, and we do things to make and put ourselves in a position so that we think positive. So there's three things that I want to share with you today, and that's mindfulness for your business. Number one, things that you need to do every day in order to be mindful of running your business and allow you some extra time to do other things. Number two is create a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And I'm going to go into that in more detail and share some stories with you on how I've chased and accomplished those opportunities. I've got some really great stories to share with you. And the third is building resilience. Listen, over 30 years, the market has changed and things have gone up and gone down. And I've been in the middle of many of those things where on the outside world, people look at you as failing, but you just had to reevaluate and readjust. And that's by being prepared. These three things are very, very important for building a mental mindset. And there's a lot of things in between it. And I'll share some books with you that you need to read that will help just every day prepared. So if you're reading, always be reading on how to sharpen your mind, sharpen your abilities, sharpen your positive attitude, get up in the morning with the right frame of mind. So let's just jump into it. And I want to really start with, the mindfulness of your business. If you're a business owner, starting a business owner, if you're a smart city, you're a smart stadium, one of the things that you have to do is prepare, whether you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, mompreneur, whatever you're going to be, or an executive for a business. How do you prepare for your day can start the night before, writing a things to-do list, creating a mindset for what you're planning on, your goals are for that week. Review the things that you're working on with your things to-do list to make sure it's in line with your goal for the week, for the day, for the month. The to-do list is very important, and those two should align themselves. Trust me, you're going to have distractions all throughout the day, people knocking on the door, the phone's ringing. So you want to take time and find some quiet time. Shut the door, go on a walk, go to the lake, go to the beach, get in your car, drive around, wherever your happy place is. Get away from the office so you can take a break and just regroup. It will improve your mental mindset for your business. And don't forget to reward yourself. Listen, business owners, myself, we tend to think we never do enough. We don't do the things we need to. We're not meeting the goals and objectives that we set for ourselves. So if you're an A-type personality or you are pushing the limit on everything that you're doing, what I've learned in my early days, I was like a rocket. And my goal was to achieve things that I wanted to achieve, but I didn't set the goals for the staff and the team members in order to meet the same objectives and goals that I did. So as you're building your team, you really need to be mindful of your business, your staff, your team, and what their capabilities are. Maybe they need more training. Maybe they need to have better quality environment. The culture may need to change. So these are all things that I'm referring to when it comes to mindfulness and mental strength, is setting up the day or the week so that you are strong. Running a business is not easy. I'm with you. And are you prepared every day? Have you put together your things to do list? And listen, those things to do list changes every day. And there's distractions, as I said earlier. And what I want you to do is start writing down the top 10 things that you need to have done. Either do it the night before, take 30 minutes in the morning, write down your list of things to do, set it beside you on your desk, and make sure that you knock these things out. It's almost like a punch list. When I was a kid, my dad had a punch list, or my grandfather had a punch list of what I needed to do. Mentally, I couldn't read my grandfather's mind or my mom's mind or my grandfather's mind. They had to put a list down, and as long as he gave me that list at the end of the day, I actually felt confident that I accomplished the things that I needed to do. Now, whether or not it was done to his expectations, that's a different story. But at least I went through that list and I had some guidance. It was my roadmap for the day, my things to do list, and you should do those things as well. Review your goals daily. Make sure the things that you're doing are accomplishing those goals. If you are really focused every day, it's going to give you time back in the day to do other things. Maybe you have kids, maybe you've got other hobbies that you like to do. But if you do not set your mental mindset in a place where you focus, you get it done, it'll free up your time. Trust me on this one. I've done it for 30 years, and I've learned over 30 years what relieved a lot of the stress that I had in businesses. When you don't know what you don't know, the best thing to do is read, write your list, your things to do list, set a goal, and ask people. If that's one of those things and you don't know how to get it done, today we have the internet. We have AI. You can ask questions to at least get a framework about how you're going to accomplish. So let's move on to number 2, cultivating and creating a growth mindset. Once you've established setting a habit and a precedence for the mindfulness of your business, and it's running stable and things are going the way you want it to or not going to, you still need to be kind of thinking into the future. And a lot of people call this vision, whether it's a pizza place, franchise, etc. Maybe you want to buy 2 franchises. Maybe you want to buy 3 franchises. Maybe you want to make an acquisition of a different business or an industry. All of these things are things that you have to prepare your mind in. How are you going to grow your business? 30 years ago, when I think back of starting or being an entrepreneur and having ideas and going, hey, I'm going to go and start a business. Advance 30 years from now, and the things that I've learned over those 30 years is unbelievable. And I can tell you that my mindset has changed considerably over those 30 years. It's very important to think of how you're going to grow. And you might have a different list of other than your things to do to execute to keep your business running, how you're going to grow more revenue, etc. But you've got to train your mind on a growth mindset. You may share it with your wife, you may share it with a partner, you may share it with your family or friends. Only you know what you want to do. And it may be a big vision, maybe a small vision for what you want to do and how you're going to establish that. But it takes having a mental mindset of growth, taking chances. Most of us get in our own way. We fear failure. That is just how our bodies, we don't like failure. But failure, if you think about the positive aspect of failure, fail forward, fail and learn from that mistake. Over 30 years, it's built confidence for me. I wouldn't say my failures are failures. It just based on the things that I wanted to do and my goals and objectives that I wanted to create for my business didn't happen in the time frame that I wanted it to happen. So ask yourself, has it happened the way that you wanted it to happen? And if it didn't, it's okay. You now have learned what you need to do for the next time you start. And I'll give you an example of a couple of things with regards to the stories, with cultivating and creating a mindset. Over the years, different companies that I've owned got in a total different business. And it was a growth mindset for a technology company that I owned. But I didn't have the capital. And most of us business owners don't have the capital to grow. So either we go to the bank, we go to a friend, we try to figure out where our financing is coming from. And I had a friend one day, he came to me and he goes, Cole, I'd like to start a business. And that business gave me an idea. So be open to ideas around you of how you can actually grow your business, even though it may not be directly, could be indirectly, but it's how do you generate revenue streams that will allow you to use one revenue stream for your business and pay for the things that you need in your business. Today, I think you hear it on the web, they call it side hustles. So running a business, you may be doing something else and putting it back into your business to grow if you can't get bank financing. And we'll talk about that in a different episode on how to fund and finance your business, look for different revenue streams that you can put back into it. But having a growth mindset is a can do, will do. I know how I'm going to try to do it, and I'm going to get out and I'm going to hustle. I'm going to go out and figure out how to do it. A growth mindset doesn't grow unless you nurture it, which means you need to read books on how to set the mindset, how to grow your business. Meet with mentors, meet with coaches, meet with business owners, and ask them how they grew their business. If you do that, it's going to give you some ideas and confidence on how you're going to have that, how you're going to grow your business. But it's really more about preparing your own mental mindset for growth. You have to believe you can. I will tell you also that over the last 30 years, and I want to come back to the story in just a second, but the growth mindset, failures creates confidence as long as you don't quit and give up. Once you fail, learn from it and apply those things that you should have done in the next chance that you have. So from a growth mindset, for me, I had a friend of mine that owned, and he wanted me to help him with financing and building his business plan and just kind of walk through as a coach. And he wanted to drill an oil well in Oklahoma, I believe it was. And I'm like, man, I don't know anything about oil. So for 6 months, I kind of coached him. I kind of worked with him on building the plan, and he got his funding to do the plan. And I realized that oil and gas in the Midwest was a cash flowing business with little work. And I ended up leasing 47,000 acres. That generated about $200,000 a month in cash flow that I didn't have to spend a lot of money or time, and I reinvested that money into my business at that time. It helped me grow not only local, but regional, national, and international, because it became a constant flow of cash that allowed me to establish and grow a technology business 20 years ago. So how do you establish that growth mindset? I think number one is dream. Dream big, just dream, and you will find the steps and the possibilities of how to grow your business through dreaming and then asking questions and meeting with people. But you have to believe you can. And listen, we don't win every day. Don't expect that you're going to win. You're going to have challenges with staff. You're going to have challenges with your business and your financing. So you want to make sure you build a mental I can do and I will do, but more importantly, start preparing for that mindset, that growth mindset from the very, very beginning. Number 3, resilient. Oh man. So you've taken the plunge. You've said, I'm going to expand my business. You've got the bank to give you X number of dollars. Your business plan says I need X. And you find out 2 months later, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, you don't have enough money. What are you going to do? Or you can't find the staff. Or there's whatever is going on in your business. There's setbacks. And those setbacks tend to make most entrepreneurs uneasy. And they feel like it's just stress in our mind, it's stress in our body, it's stress that we feel like we're about to fail. And that's normal. So if you're a business owner and you feel that way, it's okay. It's a normal feeling. I was just in Dubai over the last 6 weeks, and we are looking at, or I'm looking at, how do we expand into an international market? So I went over to that country, didn't know the language, didn't know the people, didn't know the culture, tried to read up as much about it as I possibly could. And before I ended up leaving Dubai, 5 weeks later, I had my residence ID, I had my national ID, but I was stressed the whole time trying to set up a business model in Dubai. Mental mindset, believing I could, didn't take away the stress that I felt not knowing these things, but having a mental resilience to know that I've done it and I will learn and I will get through it. It turned out to be a very successful trip. So for you as a business owner, resilience is going to play a part every week in some part, every month in some part. Some are going to be bigger, some are going to be smaller. So preparing your mind and your body for being resilient. Don't give up. Keep going. Find people to talk to. Find mentors, coaches to help you get to where you're going. It will release some of the stress that we feel as business owners. Doesn't matter if you're a franchise or you're a stadium. These are very important aspects of being a business owner, is being resilient, bouncing back. There's many times that I can tell you over the last 30 years that I can honestly tell you, I don't know how I'm going to accomplish the goal that I have set out for myself, for my own business. And I'm sure these are things that you think about each day. And maybe it's not even in the growth part of your business yet. But building a business and generating revenue, that's already establishing a growth mindset. If you're starting one, you have to have a growth mindset. And so that growth mindset creates resilience. So you can't give up. You got to have a positive can-do attitude. You get up in the morning, whatever affirmations that you have to tell yourself, you need to be prepared to get through your day whatever way you can. And listen, if it takes you a couple of days to get through it, that's going to be okay. Sometimes it may take 2 or 3 weeks, but continually run. Go to the gym. Go for a walk. Remember what I said. Take some time for yourself. Don't let these things eat at you every day. So my goal for you, and listen, I know that I'm talking for every business entrepreneur, business owner, executive out there. We go through stress every single day. We may not see it on the outside, but on the inside, we have to find ways to relieve that stress. Go for a bike ride, walk around the lake, read a book, find some quiet time. I think whenever I was younger, I didn't know what I didn't know, and I would go to the mountains and I would take a book. I would totally clock out, and I would take a book, go for 3 days, read a book, and I would come back refreshed, and I was able to solve those problems. So having the resilience and bounce back and the ability to fight through whatever it is, but relieving the stress along the way, you'll get there. I'm confident in that. And if you need a person to talk to about when you're in stress, it may not be your family, it may not be your wife, that may be the worst people to talk to. Find some advisors, coaches, people, banks, whatever. and just talk through your ideas on how you're going to solve it. And it may not happen overnight. As long as you're thinking about it, it's going to work out. I have confidence in you as a business owner and an entrepreneur. Our country was built on entrepreneurs. And I can assure you the resiliency of every person that started this country up to today, it's very different today than it was then, but the same stress we feel every day running a business. The mental mindset takes these three components of how you think about your business. The mindfulness of your business every day. It's what are you going to do to keep your business running? That relieves some of your stress. Number two, as I'd mentioned earlier, is the ability to cultivate a growth mindset. We know we want to grow. We want to generate more opportunities for whatever reason it is that you have for growing a business. You want to grow. If it's just maintaining it for the money, you're probably not going to be, the business is not going to be as successful as it could be. If you're looking at how you're going to grow your business because you enjoy it, one, that's going to release a lot of stress if you love what you do. Now, just a business in general is going to run into challenges. You got to have that positive mindset. So build and cultivate that mindset. Use it through reading books, mentors, etc. Resiliency is the third that I go through. And resiliency from every business owner, listen, if you're running a business, you have to be resilient. You've got to bounce back. Over the last 20 years, we've had downturns in the economy from real estate to the financial markets, you name it. And we've had to pivot. So you've got to be thinking of what you're going to do instead of get stressed and feel like you're a failure. Think about how you're going to get through it and pivot and create a new direction for your business. Or you may even be surprised. In a down economy may be the best time for you to start looking at acquisitions or looking at partnerships or strategic relationships that can help you grow your business, or even looking at technology. Find a coach, find a person in the direction that you want to go and ask them how to do it. And lastly, don't be so hard on yourself as a business owner, entrepreneur. And smart cities are big projects. Business owners, government entities, government officials, they want to accomplish these goals. So they've got a growth mindset as well. And building new technologies takes these three things, right? I appreciate your time today, and I would love to dive deeper into any of these topics with any entrepreneur or business owner that's out there. The episode that I put together for Dollars and Data, I'm hoping that you take a few of the magnets, that just things that you can actually put in your war chest every day. For those of you business owners, entrepreneurs, executives, there are a few books that I think it's important for you to read. And I made a list of them for you. One is called Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Duckworth. Another one is Mindset. It's the New Psychology of Success. And that's by Carol Dewar. This will help you. So reading these books will give you some suggestions and ideas on how to reduce your stress, improve that mental mindset. A couple others are Resilient Factor by, that's 7 Keys to Finding Your Inner Strength and Overcoming Life's Hurdles. That's by Karen Rivich and Andrew Shett. Another one is Bounce. It's the Myth of Talent and the Power of Practice. Opinion B, Facing Adversity and Building Resilience and Finding Joy by Sheryl Sandberg. One of my favorites is The Emotional Agility. Get unstuck. Sometimes we get stuck in our own way. Good book to read. So look for things. They can either be a paperback book, they can be downloaded from Amazon or your Kindle, but take a look at some books. Those are some recommendations that I have for you. So I look forward to you listening to additional episodes. And if there's anything that I can do, reach out to me at nicole@greenzebra.net or send a message or leave a message below on the video, and I'll be happy to respond. Or just reach out to me directly. Happy to help you. I really appreciate your time, and look forward to sharing more episodes in the future. Have an amazing day and good luck. Stay focused on your mental mindset. It will create opportunities for you in the future. Have a fantastic day, and thank you for watching Dollars and Data with Coleman. Thank you.